Ever wondered why you get a static electricity shock when you touch certain objects? It's a common occurrence, especially on dry days or in air-conditioned rooms, but what's the science behind it? Think of it this way. Everything around us is made up of atoms, and each atom is a tiny world of its own, with a nucleus at the center and electrons orbiting around it. Normally, these electrons are in balance, but sometimes they get a little rebellious. When two objects come into contact, they exchange these electrons. This is where static electricity comes into play. It's all about the balance of power. If one object has more electrons, it will pass them on to the other object. This transfer leaves one object with a positive charge and the other with a negative charge. Just like in a magnet, opposites attract. So when a charged object comes near another object, the electrons jump across, causing a shock. You've probably noticed this when you've walked across a carpeted floor and then touched a doorknob. The friction from your shoes rubbing against the carpet can cause you to build up a static charge. Then when you touch the doorknob, the charge is released in a quick, often surprising shock. So, what are the main points about static electricity? It's all about the transfer of electrons between objects. This transfer causes an imbalance which is then corrected when the electrons jump across to another object, causing a static shock. Static electricity is a fascinating natural phenomenon that we encounter in everyday life. From the static shock we get from a doorknob to the crackling sound of a jumper coming out of the dryer. It's a science that's happening all around us, in the tiniest of atoms, and it's this unseen world that's responsible for the surprising jolt of a static shock. It might be a little startling, but remember, it's just the electrons doing their thing.